The Watcher is coming very soon to Rain World. To help hype the release of this DLC, Akapara have been running a series of ARG puzzles for the past several months, beginning at the end of November. Since I'm currently working on some Rain World video essay content, among other things, I decided what better way to kick things off on my channel than breaking down this ARG, since I've been known to do this in the past with other games. I've been following this one for quite a while, but I did miss a few puzzles at the very beginning, so I want to give a huge thanks to Balagaga and their videos for bringing me up to speed on how it all began. And how it all began was this post on Twitter by the official Watcher account on November 28th, 2024. A screenshot in the new Badlands region of the game titled Wa. This was followed up by 5 more screenshots in the coming days, spelling out Watcher region. For whatever reason, this screenshot right here is no longer on Twitter, and I don't know why, but this was the RR of Watcher region. Anyway, each of these images contained a piece of a hidden code, and because of Twitter's amazing image compression algorithm, that hidden code was all but invisible to most people. So the Watcher account followed it up the next day with this screenshot right here, clearly showing all the pieces of the code, which you can use as a YouTube video URL suffix to find this unlisted video here. Extremely ominous, showing what we can only guess is the end of cycle threat in this area, eating, devouring anything in their way, including you. Instead of rain, locusts. You know that the insects in the game are some of the best in any game I've ever played. The centipedes and the spiders, the coalescipeds. Now, the swarm of locusts. Creepy. Anyway, in the video description is a link to a secret Discord server named Wind Chimes, and it is on this server where much of the ARG takes place. Next, a series of screenshots were released of the new Coral Caves region, each one containing a piece of a QR code. The original intent, of course, was for the community to piece each of these together to form a full QR code. However, the community only required the first one to discover this video titled Sand Creature. It's another video of the new Badlands region with what looks like a series of holes and gopher or groundhog-like creatures inquisitively popping out of each of them. And at the end, a cheeky little view of the Watcher themselves. Once again, checking the video description gave us the next piece of the puzzle. Inputting the contents of the video description as the ciphertext of a keyword cipher with the keyword consider gave us the plain text explore the ripple, which could be used as a command on the Discord server to reveal the first hidden channel, inside of which is this video titled consider.mp4. It's over a minute long, and this is literally all it is. This image spinning, no audio at all of these circles connected, changing directions now and then. Maybe this represents the ecosystem of the world and all of the flora and fauna in all of their intricacies, tying them together. Are they pieces of a whole? Slivers, if you will. We don't know. So far, nothing deeper has been found with this particular video. So, moving on to the next part of the ARG, the Watcher account tweeted out 4 new videos, each taking place in the upcoming Stormy Coast region, where the player has to contend with a constant downpour. This rain isn't immediately lethal, but it still might interfere with your movement a little bit. You may have noticed eyes flashing in the top left of these. They actually appear for just a single frame. Pausing the video at each, we have more than to pass. More than to pass. Anyway, more than to pass alone didn't do anything, but they implied another word. That word was given to us by the community manager Riv Otter a little while later in this Discord post. The next command has the word karma in it. Obviously, more than karma to pass. Using that as a command in the Windchime server revealed the second hidden channel, containing this video, RW_flapping_wings, showing an extremely interesting creature. You can see the Watcher standing on the right side of the screen, right next to this thing, really close by. So it seems as if this creature might be passive or friendly. Some people have theorized or said that this looks like a bird, and yeah, of course it's flying. It looks kind of like a cockatoo. But to me, because of the shape of the wings and the fact that there are 4 of them, this creature actually resembles a giant mantid. Could this be Rainworld's version of... Never mind. Anyway, so far this one was the most interesting of all of the creature reveals to me. I know we already have squidcadas that allow us to jump higher and further, but what if you can hold on to this creature and it flies with you? It could, of course, just be a source of food. Anyway, in the description of this video is yet another long series of scrambled characters. These stumped the community for a little while, and then Riv Otter, the community manager, started giving hints one day. There are 4 words. At least one word has 10 letters, at least one word has 6 letters. One of them starts with a D, and the last word is radiance. Using all these hints, we discovered the command disruptive shadow reflecting radiance, which has some interesting lore implications which we'll discuss shortly, because inputting this command causes a 3rd hidden channel to appear. Inside this channel, we find an MP3. Yep, and it really does seem to be an iterator too, based on how we know them to sound before we have the mark of communication, as evidenced by Moon and Pebbles. What's even more interesting is that the MP3 is titled Watcher Audio. Could this character be the Watcher? We've always assumed that the Nightcat, the player character, is the Watcher. Maybe we're not the Watcher at all, but the Watched. Just keep in mind this command name, because I think that the Nightcat is the disruptive shadow that is reflecting radiance. And I'll talk more about that in a little while. First, the next part of the puzzle came from 7 short videos shared of the upcoming Ether Ridge region. Each one of these videos shows the Nightcat exploring a different part of this region, and each one of these videos contains a small snippet of Morse code hidden within. In this first one, the Morse code is the 3 dots at the top right. In this one, we have dot dash dash dot. Next, there's dot dot dash dot hidden in the lower right corner. This is also a really good scene showing the snowy and misty environment of this region. Next, dash dot dot dot, and then here, dash dot dash dash dot. Some people have pointed out, including Balagaga, that this screen might not be finished or it contains errors because Ether Ridge is one of the mod regions being introduced officially into the game with this DLC. And in the mod version, this screen has a gate connecting to Subterranean, which is why all this snake grass is here to show that transition. But in the Watcher DLC, there's no gate here, and no connection to Subterranean, probably. So the snake grass being here doesn't really make sense. But it was officially announced that the Watcher DLC, even though it's being released on March 28th on PC, the console releases are not happening for another few weeks after that. And then there's going to be a series of updates on the PC release before it's finished. So it is interesting that they are releasing it in seemingly an unfinished state here and there. Anyway, moving on. This small scene has dash 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 dash, and finally on the left side we have dot dash dash dot. Taken all together, we get spinning top. using that as a command on the Discord server causes Dinobot to reply with this string of characters. Using that string of characters as a YouTube URL video suffix leads us to this video. Yep, we're gonna have at least one giant flying whale in the DLC. And if you were listening very carefully to the audio, you might have heard even more Morse code. Again, the description of the video contains a string of characters. These can actually just easily be unscrambled, but let's do something a little bit more fun. Let's open the audio from that video in Audacity and then look at it in spectrogram view. Then you can easily see the series of dots and dashes that make up the Morse code message. After translating that, we get strange reverberation, which, when used as a command on the Discord, reveals the final hidden channel and the final hidden video. As a quick aside, there's actually no audio at all in this video, but the Watcher audio from that previous puzzle matches perfectly, so we can assume that they are meant to go together. Alright, let's take a look at this message line by line. It seems to open with a laugh. Wah wah wah. At least it seems obvious that that's a laugh to me, in my opinion. And then the big one right after that. It is my shadow. So this character is calling us their shadow. Again, we are the disruptive shadow that reflects radiance. I'm not sure exactly why we are disruptive, and I don't know exactly how we are reflecting radiance. However, this character has been watching us. This character is the Watcher, not us. It is nice to have a friend after all this time. Could the Watcher DLC take place far in the future after even the Saints campaign? I'm not sure about that. In fact, we're not even sure if the Downpour DLC is going to be canon. The Watcher DLC is being made along with the original developers, Video Cult. This DLC is 100% canon. Downpour DLC might not be. However, this character right here, for so long, I have drifted. Maybe this campaign doesn't take place far in the future, but this character has been drifting since the distant past. Could this character, the Watcher, could this be Sliver of Straw, and she has been drifting all of this time, still conscious, but in possible fragments or slivers, lost, dispersed in the multitudes of the waves and the ripples, her consciousness still existing, but in many pieces. Following your thread brings me closer, perhaps, to how I was. Is the story of Watcher going to end up being that we help Sliver of Straw regain her full consciousness, and in so doing, discover whether or not she was successful in finding a means of ascension? Do we play as the Slug Cat, responsible for helping bring about the end of the cycle of life and death? I guess we'll find out. Watcher DLC comes out in 2 weeks from the date of this video, this recording at least. If you're still watching this video, then I hope that you have an amazing day. Thank you very much for watching this far. If you're not already following or subscribed and you feel like it, you can go ahead and do that. I will 100% be making more videos of Rain World. I will be making some lore videos breaking down the Watcher DLC. I am already working on a few Rain World video essays talking about a variety of things. And over on my Twitch channel, I will be streaming The Watcher as soon as it comes out. Before it comes out, I'm actually working on a modded regions run with Twitch integration. So if you feel like making my life miserable while I try to explore these modded regions for the very first time, come on by. It's a blast. It's tons of fun. I also make a lot of videos of Noita and Animal Well and Tunic and other games with big secrets and lore and ARG and meta content, etc. That's what I'm all about. Anyway, again, have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.